Good morning, welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. My name is Joseph. I'm here with Dion. So today we're gonna watch an excellent clip by Chris from Satoshi Stacker, and he's gonna talk to us about this announcement and the dip that is incoming. So if I understood his trading strategy right, he's gonna buy Bitcoin in at lower prices, especially with this announcement on a Wednesday. And I believe the lowest buy order is gonna sit at $16,500. So Dion, do you think it is possible for Bitcoin to spike all the way to 16,500 and make a new lowest low?
Morning, Joseph. Morning, guys. Yes, for sure, especially if we are this low. So I've shared my screen there. So you can see this is the low that he's talking about. That was 17,600 on 18 June. We had that. That's when we all called the bottom, that we think that's the lowest low and still do. But if you have a look at this and the big candles around here, you can see that candle there was 12%, that little move there was 12%, that was actually more, it came from up there. So we've had quite a few 12% moves, and when from where we are now, you can see 12% is still way lower. So it's very possible for Bitcoin to do this. Just in an hour, we could dump that for sure.
Yeah, so in principle, I believe that Bitcoin is actually now on a very strong support level. It's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin on the daily to go below this level and to close and then to continue down. Bitcoin has reached the lowest level in a year, and this is really a buy zone. So what you want to do is, if you can time the market on those weeks to buy in as the week goes down, especially with something like an announcement, which is a perfect opportunity to do that, then you might even be able to get your Bitcoin even at like 1 or 2 or 5 or 10% lower than the level right now. We're gonna jump in right now and we're gonna watch this video clip by Chris from Satoshi Stacker.
Let's first talk about Bitcoin here. And what you can see for Bitcoin is that on the daily time frame, we are now going down and testing our previous low. In fact, what you can see is that at this very moment, if the candle were to close like this would be the lowest candle close for this cycle, basically. For this bullish cycle, this would be the lowest candle close, because you can see that, yes, although we were trading at lower prices here in June of 2022, we didn't close at those levels. So this is really interesting. We're coming down and testing these previous lows. So what is the reason? Why are we going down right now? Of course, there's a lot of fear right now leading into the FOMC meeting. Right now, 21% are pricing in a rate hike of 1%, and 79 are pricing in a rate hike of 0.75%. Now, are the Fed going to do 0.75% and 1%? I think that although it's more likely that they're going to do 0.75%, I would definitely not rule out a 1% rate hike here. I think that that is very possible. And if that happens, we could see a drastic move down for Bitcoin here. So be prepared for that. Other than that, the traditional markets did start to come down. In yesterday's video, I also talked about the traditional markets opening up yesterday evening, and how if we saw the traditional markets start to go down, we could also see Bitcoin follow along with it, which has obviously been the case here. So how are we going to play this situation? Well, for one, be prepared for massive volatility on Wednesday in just 2 days, when they are going to announce the next rate hike. So that is the obvious one. But how can you play this? Well, for me, I am going to be very careful here, but I'm going to enter a position here at $18,000, because that is, the prior swing low. It usually is a very good level of support, and you can see that this level has been holding up nice previously. Also, I'm going to add a position here down at 16,500, so right at this orange box. Is it possible that if we do see a 1% rate hike, that we could potentially not only crash below $18,000, but also maybe see a wick down below this level? That is possible, but I think it's pretty unlikely that we are going to see sustained price movements below this level, even though we could have a massive effect on the rate hike decision from the Fed. So in other words, even if we do see a massive dump below this level and below this level, I think that we are going to have a bounce and that we are going to, even though we are crashing below this level, I think it's going to be a decent bounce above. And I think if I had to make a bet, I think that my orange box here is going to hold up the Bitcoin price, guys. So maybe I'm irrational, maybe that is not going to be the case, but from a risk to reward standpoint, I do think that we might have a good opportunity of finding support of this level. Of course, there's also the chance that the markets are going to react good on the news of the FOMC meeting and that we're going to go up. In fact, this is what the smart money are betting on right now. As I've been showing you, the fund managers are long right now. They are net long. And the biggest whale in existence for Bitcoin is also adding, or he added 1,200 Bitcoin here. Now, this was at 19,500, so this position is at a loss right now, but he averaged into Bitcoin here, also potentially anticipating this level to hold. As you know, the biggest Bitcoin whale tends to buy the support. He bought this support right here, this orange box, tends to take profit at the orange resistance as well. Took profit right here, took profit right here for Bitcoin. So potentially anticipating some of these levels to hold here, we will see about that. But I am going to enter into positions here. Be sure to manage risk, use stop losses. Of course, adjust your risk accordingly. But for me, I think that we could see a bounce and that this level is likely to hold. But this is a little bit more on the risky side, guys, because we do have the volatility of the FOMC meeting. But this is what I am going to do. Enter a trade here. One trading order here, one trading order here at 16,600. I'm gonna do this on OKX. So limit order, where was that? It's at right above $18,000. Go over to OKX. Let's call it 18,100 to make sure to hit that order. I will do it for 2 Bitcoin and I am going long like that. Also, I'm adding an order above this level, so 16,600. So let's do that one, 16,650. Add another 2 Bitcoin at that level. So you can see that my orders are here ready to be filled, but this is a little bit more on the risky side due to the volatility, guys. So be very careful about that. But even though we could see a big dump here, for me, from a risk to reward standpoint, I do think that this is going to hold. But what you could do is add a stop loss below this level. Perhaps add it below the orange box if you don't think that this is going to hold, and then you get out of this trade right below the orange box here in case we do see more downside after that.
Thank you, guys. I just want to remind you, this is quite a volatile strategy that Chris has here. Remember, there is risk involved when we trade. Everything that we do here on Bitcoin Bounce is for educational purposes, and make sure that you make a good decision before you commit money to trade. There is a lot of money to make in the crypto markets, but we need to make informed decisions. That's why we always are busy to educate ourselves and to learn from all kinds of leaders in this market.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great strategy. It is a bit of a chance you take, but you've got nothing to lose. We could go way lower still than where you project. So say you put in 10 positions and go to the 16.5 that he recommends. We could go down to 13 for argument's sake, but being that low, I think the whole world is wanting to buy in then. I don't think we'll be down that low for long. And you can just hold, don't stop it out. Just hold, and I think pretty soon you could get out of that red bag possibly, and make a good profit. Yeah. So if you can afford to let your money just lie for a while, this is a awesome opportunity to try.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Thank you. We're gonna be back tomorrow with more Bitcoin news. Tomorrow is obviously a big day. Also, at the end of the week, I believe there's an end of what do I call it? A staking cycle at the end of the week for Ethereum. So some people expect over the weekend Ethereum also to go up. So I think there's some good stuff ahead of us. For the ones that are new in trading crypto, you are starting your crypto career at the absolute best time, because we are at the lows of the lows, and we believe over this next 18 months or so, we're going to see massive growth in our crypto coins. Thank you, Dion. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
See you then. Cheers. Goodbye, guys.